Hey Leo, it's Friday, and well, we said we were gonna make that card game. Um, but I thought it would be more fun is if we made it into a video of us trying to make it. Because I've been procrastinating slash working on my actual stuff I want to work on this week and some other unfortunate things that have happened. But we still gotta figure out this card game. So, are we playing jokers or no jokers? You're right. It's too far ahead. I'm thinking too far ahead, man. Where's my ace of spades so I can show you guys how much of a doofus I am. There it is. So, I thought it'd be funny, right? I know I kind of alluded to it in a joke, but I thought it'd be funny to make like holographic playing cards, right? Most of you guys might cringe when you see something like this. When you see something like a card condom come out or something. It's completely irrelevant. Bam. Whoa. Well, hey. Holding a playing card with a sleeve on it, that's got a different feel to it, actually. This has a different feel to it altogether. This is a good start. Okay. So, I'll do one, you do one, or should we do snake? So I do 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I did 1, you do 2. That was I just did all the work. You do something. All right. We're gonna have both jokers in. That counts as 1. That's not 2. Yes, it's 2 cards, but it's only all right. What can... Oh. That would be perfect if I thought of it. So... Here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna pull up a quick n++, little n++. So we have regular 52 card deck with holos, rares, alt arts, etc. As it relates to the game. So the idea right now is like we just have our 52 cards. But really, what do we have, Leo? We have 13 cards. We have 13 sets of 4 cards. And so instead of trying to think of what all 52 cards are going to do, well, we can just, for instance, we'll just take all the spades out and we'll just work with the spades to get an idea of how we'll work with every suit, how different suits could maybe synergize with each other. Again, this is just like, I'm sure anyone who's played Balatro has had this idea of how easy it would be to make a card game. Newsflash, you're a dumbass. At least that's what I have to tell myself whenever I'm like, dude, do you know how easy it would be to make a game? Do you know how easy it would be to have an idea to make a game like this? And you know what happens? I didn't make it. So we've got all our spades. Wait, where's my 2 of spades? Oh, there it is. 2 of spades is good, way more than the ace of spades. If I had a card game, what would your secret rare be, Leo? Queen of diamonds, good pick. That's a really solid pick. I feel like out of the face cards, the queens are definitely the way to go. Just because kings and jacks are, like every card game references the kings or the jacks. You know, there's not a lot of queen-based games. If you know what I mean. So we've got all our spades. So let's try to figure this out. Let's try to think up other games. What are the win conditions? Not win conditions. What are the parameters to win games? So I don't want to share my screen when I'm taking notes. You guys won't read it. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna start off easy. War. So what's the simplicity with war? Well, war, my card is either bigger, smaller, or, you know, with war invoking. A war invoking draw. So it's very simple. It's like the simplest card game possible. It's like my number's either higher than yours or lower than yours. You want one too? You can just take this one, man. You'd have too many things going on. I want the lay today. Okay. So that's a really simplistic thing. Let's try to think of another thing. Spoons. Okay. What's the key to spoons? So you're just cycling your hand over and over again, waiting for someone to get 4 of a kind. So spoons, cycle cards one at a time face down until you get 4 of a kind. For the first person, followed by, yeah, just speed of grabbing spoon. Again, I know I'm autistically kind of breaking it down, but it might make sense if we actually build to something. But this is just how I like to do it. There's a game called Bullshit. It's really simple. Yeah, in this one you set face downs and try to empty your hand while opponents suss out your lies. That's it. This song's a little too high powered for right now. Oh yeah. But oh, you want a different color? We can go a different color. You want to get some bisexual morning lighting going in here? Ooh. We could go my oatmeal lighting. That's a little better. Dude, why are you so focused? Oh, poker. Yeah, poker. Okay. Poker is a card game. Poker. Make the best 5-card hand you can. Variations in discarding community cards, rounds of betting, but get all chips and you win or cash out and plus or minus. I know. I know. Whatever. Blackjack. So we have blackjack. So yeah, just make a hand that is the closest to 21 as possible without going over. That's it. Baccarat's interesting, and I actually don't completely understand the rules for when an extra card gets drawn on Baccarat, so it makes me feel like a dumbass, because like I know the statistics on most things, and I know if you bet like player or banker, there's like a 95 to 100 thing if you bet on the banker, which is weird to me. And I don't think that actually impacts the draw, which is why it's so confusing, because I was like, oh, does the player just get the, or does the banker get the draw? Is that why it's 95 cents on a dollar? I don't freaking know, man. Anyway, so we got war, spoons, bullshit, poker, blackjack, rummy. So rummy, you're just making, I guess there's a couple different ways to play rummy. I think people who play gin rummy need to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that would be right up your alley. If you like regular rummy, you should probably play Pokemon or Magic the Gathering. I'm not saying Magic the Gathering is, like, not complicated, but I am saying that, you know, take that however you want to. Alright, so, yeah, rummy, you just make minimum 3 card hands, either making straights, suited straights, of kinds, and I think that's it. I don't think there's like other, yeah, it's just straights and suits, or it's not suits of kind, whatever. Nice. There's actually a game called Rummy Cube where you can do some like branch chaining stuff. That's like it's a little more interactive than regular Rummy, but it's also a lot messier, I've just found. There's a game that my friend showed me forever ago that I still play with my family sometimes. We call it Kage. I'm sure there's like, I looked online, and apparently there's a game, what was it? Shathid, I think is what it was called. And we just call it Kage. I've never heard anyone call this game Shathid/shithead, because it's so, like, there's nothing about this game that would make you call it that. Unless, like, there's a rule that I'm missing. But so how this game works, and this is actually probably one of my favorite card games. So, each player gets 3 face down, 3 face up on their 3 face down, and 7 cards in hand. So if you can do math, you have 3 face downs, 3 face ups on top of your face downs, and 7 in your hand. Where did the calculator's never here when I need it, man? How am I supposed to do 3 plus 3 plus 4? Oh, 7. You're right. Oh, well that's just 13. Wait. We got 13 right here. Oh. So it's suit related. No. Oh, it's just because there's 52 cards in a deck and everyone gets 13. Exactly. It's a 4-player game. It gets messed up if you try to do more people, because one person's got to eat the extra card. No one wants an extra card. Unless I've done it, if you get the 2 spades, you always go first. So, like, if you have the 2 spades, maybe you should just get the extra card, since you're going first anyway. I don't know. But Kage is really interesting because, you can switch the cards in your hand with your face-ups. You're never allowed to look at your face-downs until it's time. And the 3 face-downs are total gambles, because you have to keep topping. It's kind of similar to... I don't really know how popular that one is. You're basically just trying to go there's a lot of little rules to Kage, but the main thing that I want to highlight with Kage is you can manipulate 10 of your 13 cards to set yourself up, but you'll never know your bottom 3. So even if you get like the best luck and you get the best opening hands and you can like swap everything and get it all good, your bottom 3 could screw you so you don't win. So it's like a very, very, very good amount of RNG that's completely random, instead of just like the RNG of drawing things. It's and I know it's kind of the same, but like it's a very good balance of skill and luck and having fun with a group of people. That's what's great about Cache. How long are we on this thing? 15 minutes, and we don't have a game yet. That's fine. I don't care if this takes like 10 hours. You know, these are basically streams when we make them. Okay. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. So we got War, Spoons, BS, Poker, Blackjack, Rummy, Kaje. I mean Baccarat, but again, I'm not doing that one. What other? Yeah, I used to try to make card games with an Uno deck. So rather than Uno itself, right, you gotta dump your whole hand, whatever. But what if you? Let's just focus in on the reverse card, the skip card, the +2, +4 wilds, and I mean it has the same thing with like suits, with everything being colors. So yeah, I'm looking at all these card games right now, and you know what I like about all of them is some of them are gambling and some of them aren't. So maybe we should have like an arbitrary like resource system in our card game. A resource system with a playing card deck? Well, how do we do that? Well, that's what we're playtesting with all of you right now. So, alright. Yeah, no. Where'd it go? We had the dice right here. Okay, I'm gonna draw 3 cards, Leo. Okay, I'll draw 4 cards. So I'm going to draw 4 cards. These aren't any of the spades or whatever, but it's fine. So. We have 6, 9, Queen, Queen. Nice. What we need to do is figure out. So I draw 4. I have 6, 9, Queen, Queen. Okay. Two hearts, 1 club, 1 diamond. What do you like? Right? Oh, I totally forgot about euchre. Let me think about some cool things with euchre. So what's cool about euchre is, you know, you only use 9 through ace. It's very cooperative, and there's a lot more strategy than like most card games. Obviously not like any ones with money or whatever, because people try to solve them when there's money involved, you know. Like, dude, if you hear, so one thing I wanted to highlight, there are people that know a lot about a couple things. There are a lot of people that know a lot about what they went to college for, what they're passionate about. But never mistake someone knowing a lot about one thing that you like, that they know a lot about something that you ask them a question about. Because it drives me up the wall when I hear people talk about game theory. Like, like, I'm not saying you have to go get a degree in economics to talk about game theory. What I am saying is you have to do more than just watch a YouTube essay about what game theory is, and then what all the esoteric streamers who are political commentators who don't know shit. I'm done. I'm just gonna stop right there. This is how most of my videos I end up doing a second take. I'm just gonna stop. Everyone should shut up about economics. If you have an opinion about economics, you should go post it to Twitter and not tell me about it. Okay. So I have 6-9 queen queen. What I think would be fun. No, because like trying to get 4 of a kind, it can just like take a while, and then like if when you're playing with multiple people, you know, you can cycle through. Like that's the problem with spoons, is like there is a chance that everyone just whiffs, and then you have to like reset, and the game just goes kind of long. Not saying you need to build or fix spoons around that. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna make a game, you gotta think about it. So I don't like draw 4. I just did that. I didn't like draw 4. I didn't like the amount of firepower I had in my hand. It's either got to be little or it's got to be a lot. So let's try. How many is this? We got 7 cards this time. Well, now this is a little more interesting. So what can I do with 7 cards? Most card games I feel like have you draw 7 cards, like Uno, Kage, all the best ones. Dang, I shouldn't have procrastinated this. This is hard. Yeah. Like, what would you do with this hand? Okay. So we have red be something and black be something, and then hearts does something better in one regard, and then diamonds does something better in the other regard. Okay. I like this. So, suit-based synergies. So, if we're going to have something like, you know, there's a Balatro Joker like this, right? Like, hearts count for diamonds and stuff like that. But it's not actually like that. I'm just like, we're going. So, hearts and diamonds are in the, I think in most card games, red is like aggro. So, but they're hearts and diamonds as well. And I'm colorblind, and I hate when card games use colors to identify things. So, hearts and diamonds are going to be, they're going to be the non-aggro. Just so we can be the sheep of the other herd. And now spades and clubs are going to be more aggro, we'll just say. Alright, bam, hey, we got something. This is something. We're actually, like, this is something. So, I feel like hearts should be something with, like, life, or, like, not, like, I need some, like, how about so for hearts, let's do this. Hearts, whenever you reveal a heart card in your hand, you can play no, that's too much like Yu-Gi-Oh. Whenever you reveal that you have a heart card in your hand, this is actually interesting. So like I have 2 heart cards in my hand. So if I'm like sitting across from people and I'm playing a game and I'm like, hey, I got 4 and 8 of hearts. So here's actually how I'm thinking about it. So hang on. Wait, so Again, because like this would be better as like something that would need a prerequisite for something like this to trigger. But it'd be cooler if just like every heart had something. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so hearts. Here we go. Hearts trigger on reveal. Diamonds trigger on would be a mechanic. So I'm like, you know, I'm flashing a heart. You know, maybe I'm gaining life, gaining a resource, something. But then when I have these diamonds, or I have like 4 diamonds right now. Diamonds are sharp, and we want them to be non-aggro. So what's sharp and non-aggro? Maybe something strategic. What would be strategic? Defense would be strategic, I guess, in a non-aggro setting. So if hearts would give you life and diamonds would defend yourself, what are you defending yourself from? Your opponent. Why do you look so... Dude, he's looking fierce over there. You might just be level 1 soon, man. Yeah, like if I poke you with a diamond, that would hurt more than a heart, right? Just conceptually. Okay, so reveal a heart and a hand to do something. I don't just want it to be like one thing, because like there's a lot of hearts, obviously. So diamonds can activate on hitting the board. Diamonds trigger on board hit. Simple enough. I feel like everything should trigger something on board hit, but diamonds will specifically be built around board hits, and hearts will be in the hand. So now for the aggro stuff, if we have something like spades, what does a spade do? A spade's thick. A spade's got that dump truck. What is a spade? You know? So I think spades should be based on having more of them. So spades trigger on quantity. And wait. But it'd be funny if clubs triggered on quantity, even though like the saying is like we have them in spades and all that shit. But like clubs would have a because clubs would have a selective quantity. Wait, that's even better. So spades don't trigger on quantity. We'll have clubs trigger on... I feel like empty board would be cool. No, because like a club, there's like a lot of things going on. So a club should trigger on... So clubs will trigger on other suits specifically. I actually like that. And spades will trigger... So like clubs could do something like, you know, with a diamond on the field, with a heart on the field. Or like when you reveal a heart, if you reveal a heart, you can also do something with this club. Or like if you do something with a diamond, you can also do something with this club. If you do something with a spade, you can also do it with a club. You can do something with this club specifically. So spades, hearts on reveal in the hand, diamonds trigger when they hit the board, clubs trigger with other suits specifically, and spades trigger on... I think quantity, yeah, I honestly think quantity is good for that one, just because it makes sense. And we're probably at like half an hour already and haven't done anything. We are at half an hour, let's go. Cool. So, hearts will trigger on reveal, diamonds trigger on board hit, clubs trigger for other suits specifically, and spades trigger on quantity. Cool. Now, Yeah, I think we can figure out the balancing for how many cards to draw later. The actual mechanics themselves, I think, is what's going to be fun. So, like, for instance, I draw 3 cards. Okay. I reveal a queen in my hand and gain 12 life. Maybe face card. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. So, we have jacks, queens, and kings. We'll do aces later. So, jacks should be... What's something that could traverse hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades, and all these things? Like, I reveal a jack, and that's somehow... Like, if I revealed the jack of hearts, it would somehow be something that also ties to a board hit. Other suits. Okay. The gimmick with the jacks is flipping your deck upside down. I always thought that was really funny in card games when that happens. So, like, if I have... I'm not actually going to find the Jack of Hearts, but I have the Jack of Hearts in my hand and I reveal it. Maybe I, like, gain life equal to the bottom card on my deck when it's flipped or something like that. Again, this is... How maybe you can see how this is working. Maybe you can't. I honestly don't either. But if we keep going, something... like, this is how we do this. This is how we make videos. This is how we make games. This is how we do anything. I have a huge problem when I'm trying to be creative. Someone's already done this. How do I make it my own? All this shit. Who cares? Like, if I accidentally made Texas Hold'em Poker like Leo did, like, 2 months ago. Oh, wait, speaking of poker. If I accidentally did that, it would just be funny. Like, it wouldn't be like I was plagiarizing anything. But so, if you're here for, you know, if you've been keeping up with the lore, this was a board game that we made. That we, honestly, it doesn't make any sense, but we played it, refined it until it made sense to us, and we have a lot of fun playing it. So... Jacks flip your deck upside down. So, like, maybe with hearts, you know, like, you gain life, something related to the hearts. Like, you reveal it in your hand, flip deck upside down, gain life equal to that or something. Jack of Diamonds hits the board. Maybe, since it's non-aggro, maybe Diamonds should be aggro. They're sharp. It doesn't see this thing? I'm putting myself in a box that doesn't exist. Who the fuck cares? Okay. So, yeah, like, if a jack hits the field, maybe you flip your opponent's deck upside down. Yes, that way you can see their next card and everything. Yeah, that'd probably be helpful. Okay. And then, like, Jack of Clubs. So, like, let's say it would trigger with other suits specifically. So maybe... What would a Jack of Clubs do in this instance? Like, I activate something, and then I do something with, like, oh, you did something with the 2 of... I don't think clubs should trigger on other suits, because it's gonna lead to this problem where we literally have to make our own cards to do everything instead of it being a little more ubiquitous. So what could clubs, instead of, so we have trigger on reveal, trigger on board hit, trigger on quantity. So clubs could trigger... We'll just have clubs be on the opponent's turn. Yeah. Welcome to the club, bitch. Okay. So, yeah. So, yeah, like, let's say, yeah, maybe you could do something on your opponent's turn with the jack of clubs, for instance. Maybe you could flip. Maybe there's, like, a play to be done where you flip. This actually, this is a good question. Why would flipping your deck upside down be so helpful? Okay, let's scrap flipping your deck upside down. So, I do think it's funny, and so we will come back to that one. I just thought, like, slapjack, it'd be a little different than, like, everything else I see with jacks. What would a jack... What would a jack... I was, you know, like, maybe Jack in the Box? Oh! Jacks shuffle themselves and other cards back into the deck. I think that's fun. So, like, maybe you could reveal a Jack of Hearts in your hand, and then you could shuffle cards from your hand back into your deck. Maybe if you play the Jack of Diamonds, you can shuffle stuff your opponent has in their hand back to their deck. Maybe if your opponent does something, you can use the Jack of Clubs to, like, interrupt them or something and shuffle something they have back in the deck on their turn specifically. That would be what the Jack of Clubs used for. And then maybe the Jack of Spades, like, maybe it's something like if there's a Jack on the board, you can play the Jack of Spades. Maybe that's the thing with Spades is, like, if there's a 2 of any other suit on the board, you can play the 2 of Spades. Yeah. No, wait, I actually really like that. Spades trigger on quantity of the same value but different suit. Okay. Would be fun with queens. I don't know if any of you have played Waterfall or King's Cup. You know, everyone calls it something else. King's Cup's really lame. Waterfall's a better... Some people say they're different games, but, like, they're the exact freaking same. Man. Drunk assholes trying to act like games are different. I know. I know, dude. So Queens of the Stone Age. You know, Balatro had the first cool queen thing I saw, plus 13 mold for every queen in your hand. I know meta slaves go crazy for Baron, because obviously it's times 1.5 king held in hand, but, like... Baron sucks. So... yeah, queens held in hand. I don't want to do anything held in hand, so let's just rule that out. So if it's not held in hand, where can we go with it? Maybe queens are board wipes. Queens are very powerful, like in chess, you know? Maybe queens wipe the board whenever they come out. Maybe the advantage of the Queen of Hearts is you can reveal it in your hand, so it doesn't actually destroy the queen itself. Maybe if you play the Queen of Diamonds, it destroys itself and anything else that's, like, relevant. Again, I'm assuming a couple things about this game as I'm thinking about it, but the more we bounce it off each other, the more we can kind of get closer to how it's supposed to be. You know, 40 minutes in, haven't even played a game yet, but it's fine. Yeah. I don't need to keep explaining myself. Give me some antelope. So queens are board wipes. Can't activate while another base card is in hand or on field. Yeah, that seems like a good balancing mechanic already. Good job. So, what should kings do? You know, in chess, kings are fragile. I don't want them to be fragile. They should be, like, just as powerful as the queen, if not more so. So, what would be... Again, like I said in Balatro, there's, like, Baron times 1.5 for each king held in the hand. And I think it would be interesting with the queens, at least, where it's like, these are powerful, but you don't want the other face cards in your hand. But then, you know, maybe if you have, like, a jack and a queen, well, in a king, like, you could shuffle, maybe it's a thing where you'd, like, shuffle back the face cards that are in your hand so you could use the queen. So, for kings, what would be interesting is, like, some sort of ruly control kind of thing, you know? Like... What would be, like, the top line? I'm too busy listening to this song. I can't think. Elekid. There's something with Elekid. I know you don't like him, dude. He's cool. Routes. Kings. Like, I have the King of Spades in my hand. So I would need a different king on the board in order to get this guy on the board. But, like, I think what is interesting about this is this would be a pure, like, there's nothing you're actually getting out of the spades. They're just able to facilitate other things, which I think is cool because that makes it, like, the most powerful. It's kind of like how the Alchemist is the most powerful thing, like, in any game. Technically, like, play a game where alchemy isn't the most broken thing. Bloons, it's the Alchemist, best tower. Skyrim, alchemy, you can break the game in like 20 minutes. Anything where it's like, oh, you get 2% of this Alchemist, like zombies, alchemical antithesis. Obviously, it's not as broken as some of the Mega Gobblegums. Whatever. We might see an Alchem. That would be cool if an Alchem popped up, but it won't. So, what would kings do? Okay. Kings are the alt win condition. If you have all 4 kings of all 4 suits in your hand, you win. That's just it. If you have all 4 kings in your hand, you win. But that's not funny, so I don't like it. Especially if, like, you can build your own deck and put, like, 50 kings in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, kind of what I'm going for, is, like, how could we make something that someone could just, like, whatever. They could whatever with it. And we just give them the you know, the shovel and the sand pail or whatever. Oh. What could kings bring? Kings could bring... You know what, we'll come back to kings. Because now we gotta talk about something else. Ace through 10. How the frick are we gonna figure this out? So these should obviously be like the main things that do things. I'm thinking about this right now, and I know this might not make any sense. But what if we thought of this deck like a gun? Okay? You know? You can... You know, this isn't necessarily reloading, this is just shuffling. Like, reloading your hand is one thing. But, like... If I'm trying to think of this game like the deck is a gun... What can I do with that? Well, there's numbers. We have ace through 10. I'm gonna take out the aces real quick. So we just have all the fluff. Or I guess, and the and the face cards, but aces are out. So now, like, let's say I have these 5 normal cards. And, oh shit! It's actually a straight. It's kind of cool. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I don't want that to do anything. It's cool. Maybe there's like a side thing we could do with that, but like, what do we do? So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have the 6 and 7 of hearts. I have 8 clubs, 6 clubs. These will work on my opponent's turns. So obviously the face card clubs would be good on your opponent's turn, but then how would the other ones work on your opponent's turn? Maybe we do odds and evens. You know, break it down like that. So yeah, we took out the ace, just 2 through 10. Odds, evens. So what should be the difference between odds and evens? Yeah, I know, just... Yeah, stop. Yeah, stop talking programming language so much, man. Only I'm gonna get what you're saying. Just... We're fucking idiots. So, for odds... 3, 5, 7... 3, 5, 7. I have 3, 5, 7, 9. There's obviously more evens, if this is the case, if we're not using aces. So 3, 5, 7, 9. Odds would have to be better, slightly. But not necessarily by a lot. So with odds... just based on hearts, like all these things. So odds should... Odds can only attack, evens can only defend. Right? Again, maybe I'm thinking about this too much like Yu-Gi-Oh, but bear with me. So odds of 3, 5, 7, 9 can damage your opponent, basically. And then with the evens, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Can defend against your opponent. So what does this mean? Well, it actually means that you have both sides of the spectrum for defense. So you both have the lowest defense that's lower than the lowest attack thing in each deck, but you also have 9's the highest attack thing, right? But then 10's the highest defense thing. So why wouldn't you just play a deck of 10's if you had to... Well, maybe if we made it so you had to have ratios, but like the suits could be different. We're scrapping this. We're scrapping this. We're scrapping this. Can only attack, can only defend. I don't want there to be like attacking and stuff. I want it to be a little more interesting. Like you're trying to do something, necessarily, rather than just like attack and kill your opponent or whatever. So 2 through 10. What would be interesting? Because like we have these things that do different things. Like I play the Jack of Diamonds, and now I shuffle this Jack and one of your cards back into the deck. But what would be on the board? Why would something be on the board? Maybe for the clubs. Maybe you're hoping you draw a club of that. Maybe something. Okay. So we got 2 through 10. So I think what we should do is odds are coin flips and evens are dice rolls. Nailed it. So moving on. Next thing. Aces. Aces are the base win condition. If you draw an ace, no. Aces are the base win condition. No, aces aren't the best win condition. Aces let you draw cards. So like ace of clubs lets you draw cards on your opponent's turn. Ace of hearts let you reveal in your hand, draw cards. Probably the best one because it'll stay in your hand. If you play the ace of diamonds, you can draw cards. And then like if you have the ace of diamonds and the ace of spades and you go like ace of diamonds, draw ace of spades. And then like because you played the ace of spades you could draw or whatever. Like it's like all the spade stuff would be based on when it does something, when it meets the criteria or whatever. I don't know. Again, this is coming up on just over 50 minutes. Just trying to keep going. I'm already out of coffee. This isn't looking good. Or something. Oh wait, no, this one. So aces let you draw cards. Yeah. Coin flips and dice rolls. So what should kings do? Kings should do something funny but powerful. Kings. What's something in a card game I haven't seen? What's something in a card game that defies the nature and the annoyance of card games themselves? Like, what about a king would be powerful but balanced and annoying? So you don't even know if you'd want to use the king over something like something else. Maybe would have to be situational, not just like a blanket best card. So how about like if I reveal a King of Hearts in my hand, something cool should happen. And if I play the King of Hearts on the field, something cool should happen. But what? Okay. Nagging. What could bounce off kings? What works with kings? Like, I can think of how everything can start working with this besides kings. What could kings do? Obviously, drawing cards is good. Obviously, we don't know why we're flipping coins or doing dice rolls. So, kings... Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. The objective is to score 100 points. We're just blanket putting that out there. As of right now, the goal of this game is to score 100 points before anyone else does, just so we're on the same page. So kings... What should kings do? Kings... Like a negate? No, because like... I guess King of Clubs on your opponent's turn. Like maybe you could use everything else if they have a King of Clubs. Then that's so specific. It's like only the King of Clubs, and that's such a low chance of even seeing it. Kings. What would be cool for kings? Yeah, Leo really likes... He really likes the coin flips and the dice rolls, but what about kings? and trying to get to 100 points. Kings should... What should kings do? What should kings do? Kings should do something... Give me a king. Alright. King of diamonds hits the board. Something happens. What happens? ABH, goated gum. Oh, wait. Gobblegums. What could a king do? What could a king do? You know, kings... What do kings do in regard... It doesn't even have to be in regards to, like... Okay. For now, kings are going to shut... No. I'm just trying to think of a random word, so Well, you think of something, dude. It's been like 10 minutes. We can't think of anything for kings. What happens with kings? You're staring into the camera, trying to look tough. Mogging me. Oh, wait. I don't want there to be an alt win condition with kings, even though I do think that would be funny. Just because, like, no. What could be with kings? Gambling, revealing things in your hand. Oh! Retoss, re-roll. Gamble. Yes. Okay. So, for instance, if my opponent does something where they're trying to get a bunch of points on a coin flip, and then I, you know, have like the king of clubs on the board or whatever, maybe if they hit it, I can make them redo it. And then maybe on my turn, if I have the king of hearts in my hand and I mess up a bet, I can reveal it and then redo the bet. If I have the king of diamonds on my field, I can do that. And then if any of those kings are on the field, the king of spades can come onto the board. And then when the king of spades comes onto the board, something specific needs to happen, because it wouldn't... I don't think... What could you do with it? Okay, maybe it's something like... You have... Right, you have your king of diamonds on the board, and you do a coin toss. You lose it. You use king of diamonds, you go again. You lose it again. You grab the king of spades and put it on the board, and then now you can redo it again because you brought it to the field while the other king was out, because that's the only way spades can interact. That works enough for me right now. What up, Galade? Galade Maxwell. Alright. I mean, this isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. So, you're trying to get to 100 points. Aces let you draw cards. Odds are coin flips. Evens are dice rolls. That makes sense to me. There's more evens than odds in this situation, so I'd want more dice rolls than coin flips. So, how do you generate points? This is a great question. How do you generate points? So, Alright. We're doing the thing. Each player starts with 0 points and 3 cards. Aha! So start with 3 cards. I don't like that. This feels weak with 3 cards. We're gonna go... I think 5 cards is good. Start with 5. Oh, when did I press insert? God. Okay. So start with 5. Yeah, because like now you can actually do stuff. Yeah. I want you to be able to do stuff on the first turn. But obviously not like win unless you do something crazy. So like... That's less distracting. Okay. 5 cards in my hand. Like, what do you want from me? Okay, 6 cards in here. Oh, this is better. This is actually better. Wait, what if we go 7? That's worse. So we're gonna start with 6 cards. That actually does feel good. Each player draws 2 at the start of their opponent's turn. That's right. Like, so I have 6 cards in my hand. You have 6 cards in your hand. I go turn 1. You draw 2 cards. You go. Now I draw 2 cards. So the draws are not on your turn. They're on the other person's turn. And I think that's different enough and wacky enough that I like it. So we're trying to get to 100 points. We have like 6 cards. Jacks can shuffle themselves and other cards in the deck. Queens are board wipes. Kings retoss, reroll on the gamble. So we have 0. How do we start generating anything? You know? That's actually a really good point. So we should probably start with... I think it'd be fun... Well, no, because it'd make more sense to start with 0 points. And then we figure out... How do you generate points outside of a gamble? With the hearts? Like revealing hearts in your hand, and then you bet with the numbers, and you can negate stuff with the clubs on their turn, and then you can do extra stuff with the spades. I'm gonna go back to 5 cards just because we're drawing 2. I think that's fine. Because then, if you're going second, you have 7 cards, and then on your next turn, well, I guess, never mind. That makes sense to me. Now, I wonder how many people actually got this far, because we're an hour and 3 minutes into this thing, and I don't know. I had a weird week, man, and this is hitting the spot for me, and just being able to try to think of something. So each player's gonna draw 2 cards. So how do you generate the first stuff in the first place? Like, how do you do the first thing? Because you could obviously go negative, but then there's nothing... Wait a second. I just got some funny Joker ideas. So yeah, you can go negative. Okay. If you have negative points, you can reveal a heart, a non-face, a 2 through 10 heart in your hand to gain points equal to that card once per turn. And it's only when you have negative points. I think that's fair. So, yeah, obviously all the other heart stuff, it worked, it's activated in the hand. But I don't want, it'd be really annoying if someone just had like 5 hearts in their hand and they were just like, 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, coin flip, I win. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. That's the exact thing I'm trying to not have happen. But so yeah, if you have negative points, you can reveal a 2 through 10. So if you're losing bets, you can get points back. I think that's fair. I think that's something interactively fun. You get to just reveal a card. They know what card it is. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe something can matter with jokers. Again, like, I think what's interesting about this is, like, we build the game all around this. And then if we made it like, okay, and then you can have 2 jokers in your deck. And we just make like 1 billion jokers. And you gotta pick the 2 that work with your deck. I think that's fun. Doesn't sound like Balatro, I guess. But, like, Balatro sounded like poker, too. I don't know. Dude, I'm so freaking insecure about my creative process. It's more apparent than my mom. Get it? So, yeah, if you have negative points... Yeah, okay. But so... Yeah. So, I'm going to... Well, that's actually not the one I'd want in that situation. I'm gonna play... So... How would you... You can only set 1 heart, diamond, or club on the board per turn. You can put as many spades on the board as possible whenever you feel like it. Max 3 spots. That's right. You got 3 spots. You don't got 11 spots, or I guess like 12, 13 technically. You don't got all those spots. This isn't Magic where you just get infinite spots, whatever. You get 3 spots. Mostly because I don't want to try to figure out the headache of people hitting a double, double, double on the same turn. 3 seems fair. And then if you can remove stuff, you know. Also makes spades a little less powerful in that regard, but that's fine with me if you can bring them out for free anyway. Yeah. That seems good. You can only use each value. Oh, no. You can only gamble with each card 1 time per turn unless something allows you to, like a joker or something, or an opponent's like cost. I'm not going into nuances, just that's fine. Yeah. Alright, Leo, you ready to play? I'm gonna go grab a dice. I don't have a dice right. Alright. 1 second. Keep them entertained, Leo. Alright. Oh, this is a dusty border. Holy. At least I know it's not counterfeit. You should see this. Oh my god. Faking pennies like it's not a total loss. God. So, yeah, that'll work. Elemental Hero Stratos. It's just so hilarious. Stratos is an absolutely crazy card. But, like, by nowadays standards, it's like, oh yeah, that's, like, it's your guy for your deck. It's like, no, dude, this was, like... Never mind. I wasn't playing back then anyway. I won't steal any valor from actual Yu-Gi-Oh players. So... Now, Leo, the Ace of Spades is sleeved. So, I'm going to trust that you're not going to draw it. But this does seem to be... This does seem to be ready for a test. So let's do it. Do you want to go first or second? Alright, I'll go second. Now, probably won't be able to see the board while we test this, but it's fine. Oh, wouldn't you know it, Leo? You got the ace. Alright, and now I get 5. Okay. And now it's the start of your turn, so I get to draw 2. Okay. 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 So now Leo's up. Ah. Unfortunately, Leo, you must have forgotten when you stack the deck that there has to be another ace on the board for you to even use the Ace of Spades, so... Sorry. Oh, yeah. This is kind of a tough hand. So, Leo, at the start of his turn, he's going to reveal the 10 of hearts and gain... Oh, you don't have negative points, bud. You can't do that. Dang. Alright, so Leo's gonna set the 7 of diamonds on board. Which means he gets to do a coin flip. And he's gonna call tails because he always calls freaking tails, man. And I already messed it up. Tails! How should he bet? God damn. Okay, we gotta redo it. So, Leo's gonna bet 100 points. Good job. Should probably think of something for this. You can only bet up to 7 because that's what the card says. Hey, look at that. Okay, he bets 7. Tails. Okay. So Leo's got a 7 on board, and he's got 7 points. I'll just make a note. Leo 7, Max 0. And now, Leo, is there anything else you can do? No, there's not. So, his turn's over. I'm going to start my turn. Leo draws 2 cards. It's not bad. Alright. So, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to... I don't like how you're setting up. So I'm going to play the Queen of Diamonds. Which, as we know, is a board wipe. And so his 7 of Diamonds now gets shuffled back into the deck. Now, again, I know we're using the same deck. And we should probably have our own decks. But just bear with me. So there's no graveyard or anything. Everything just like keeps going back into the deck. And you shuffle it whenever anything happens. Sucks, I know, right? There's no milling, there's no light sworn, there's no freaking tier limits, casino, there's none of that shit. And this actually is funny because I have a straight in my hand right now. King high straight. And all I have is this queen on board, and I can't gamble with the queen, so I guess I just kind of have to end my turn. Yeah, I end my turn. I just want to get rid of Leo's 7 there. He's making headway already. And so now Leo is up. I draw 2 cards. And he's not very happy about that. So he's going to play the 4 of diamonds. And now this is a little trickier. Now it's the dice roll. And so whatever you bet, like you could just do evens or odds for this one, but I won't. So we're just gonna stick with poker Monopoly rules for now, and how my snake casino works in my snake game. If you call a dice roll, it pays 5 to 1. If you don't call it, you lose it all. So 4 of diamonds, you'll want to call it, bud. Okay. He's betting 5 points. He rolls a 2. It was a 1. You're down to 5 points, bud. Oh, wait. You could only bet 4 points. Because you have... Well, how does this work? No, I like how this works. You can only bet 4 points because it's the 4 diamonds. So you're at 3 now because you're at 7. Sorry. Yeah, and like the queen is only, like the queen of diamonds is like, you know, when it hits the field. It's not like I can just do it every time. And it takes up one of my spots, keep in mind. Keep in mind, it's not a gambling spot. I can't, like, I don't have anything to get rid of my queen right now. So now it's the start of my turn. Leo draws 2 cards. And now this is interesting. Because now I can play... Dang, okay. I play the 10 of diamonds. And I'm going to bet 10 on... I'm going to bet on 4. 5. Alright, I'm at -10. Pass it over to you, Leo. Alright. Ooh. So... It's actually very interesting. What were... Oh, that is interesting. Okay. So I am going to... Leo's going to... He's gonna play the 3 of hearts. Back's kind of against the wall with how you built this deck, man. So he's gonna bet 3 on what exactly? He's betting 3 on tails. Oh, missed it. Heads. You're at 0, big guy. Alright. Well, now he's gonna roll the dice because he has his 4 still. So he's gonna bet 4. And he's gonna call 4. Okay. He hit it. You're at 20 now, man. Congrats. Jeez. Alright. Now it's my turn. What does he have? 3, 4. I don't think I drew 2 on your turn. So I'm just gonna draw 2. There's a lot going on right now. Whatever. So because I'm at -10, I'm gonna do a little something something. I'm gonna reveal the 9 of hearts in my hand, so I gain 9. So I'm now only at -1. I feel like after you reveal it, it should probably go in the deck, so I'm just gonna do that. And then now I'm going to reveal the Queen of Hearts in my hand, putting it back in the deck, and wiping his 3 and 4, which also goes back to the deck. And now I'll do, what can we do? Oh, I should have waited. He had the thing on board. No. Okay. That's fine. I will put a 2 of diamonds out. Diamonds really seem like, just as I'm playing it, seem to be like what you want to throw on the board. Obviously with spades, but like I didn't draw any spades because I didn't shuffle well enough and they're all clumped somewhere. Yeah, so I gotta do 2 dice rolls. So I'm gonna bet 2 on 1. And I missed, so I'm at -3. And now with 10, I'm gonna bet 10 on 5. There's 1 again. So now I'm at -13. Leo, this is going great. This is actually very similar to Poker Monopoly, except there's no board. But this is a lot more dynamic than Poker Monopoly, I will say. I don't think you drew 2 on my turn, Leo. So I'm gonna give you 2. We'll play it at 50. How about that, man? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no. Okay. So with Leo in a commanding lead. Oh, actually. So, how do I want to do this? So, like, Leo had the 10 of clubs in his hand, and I totally forgot because I was, like, doing my turn. But, like, when I activate the 10 of diamonds to do a gamble, he can send this, right? This is for your opponent's turn. You can send it from your hand or field. I think hand or field is fair. Actually, I think it should just be field. But then it's a 1-for-1, but, like, at any time you could 1-for-1. And, like, hearts are in the hand. Okay, clubs got to be on board, but like if I have a 10 of clubs on board, so if Leo put a 10 of clubs on board, and then I activated my 10 of diamonds to do like a gamble or something, he could send his 10 back to his deck, and then it would send this 10 back to the deck, so it'd just be like spot 1-for-1 removal or whatever. Obviously that probably needs to be better, but for right now that's just kind of what I'm going off of. And so, interestingly, I have all the spades that don't work right now. So... Oh, wait, was this the... Oh my gosh, dude. You know, we'll just do something simple. Please. Alright. Putting a 9 of spades on board. Leo's gonna bet all 20 on tails. Okay, he hit it. Yeah, you got me on the 1-turn clock. I hear you. Pipe down. And I'm actually in kind of a Oh, that's what happened. I'm in kind of a sticky situation here because I have all 3 of my spots full, and I used a 2 on one of them, and that probably wasn't smart. So... yeah, I'm kind of locked right now. This was such a misplay on my end. I just have a queen sitting here just because I wanted to wipe the board. Now nothing's happening to it. It'd be nice if I had like a jack that could shuffle it back. You know, like a jack of hearts in my hand. Oh, wait. Wait, is that what jacks do? Oh! Wait, I do have the jack of hearts in my... Wait. Okay. So, I think how the jack should work is you can take the jack and up to 2 cards either on your field or in your hand and shuffle them back in the deck if you don't want them. I think that's fair. Because you're not... Sorry, you should also draw a card after you shuffle them back. So you should shuffle 3 back, draw 1. I think that's fair. A little lifeless, leafish action. So I'm going to take the queen and 2 of diamonds and the jack of hearts in my hand. Shuffle it back into the deck and then draw a card. Oh, would you look at that? That's not much better. So now I have to play this. So I'm gonna go 9 of diamonds. And I'm gonna bet 9. Oh! You see, Leo's got the 9 of clubs out here, and I'm about to flip this coin. He said no way. he said he's shutting me down. So he's gonna send his 9 and my 9 back to the deck. And now I just have this 10. So I'm gonna bet 10 on a dice roll, which is less advantageous, obviously, than a coin flip. So now I'm gonna bet 10 that I roll a 2. It's been won 3 times in a row. Don't play Monopoly with me. Yeah, now I'm at negative 23. I guess I'll just, for the one time, reveal the 9 of hearts in my hand, put it back in the deck, and gain 9. So I'm at least at negative 14. Leo didn't draw 2 on my turn, so he gets to draw 2, and that's probably the game. And what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? You don't have anything! Oh my gosh. Oh wait, that was... You probably will get something. And there's something. Okay. So... Yep. Yep. Leo plays the 10 of clubs, which is freaking hilarious because it also sets him up for my turn. And I'm actually kind of liking how this is working now. So Leo's gonna bet 10. Really? You're gonna bet 10? You only have to bet 2. He's betting 10. He's betting 10. Everything he's got on the 10. On what? 2. Okay. Oh, it fell. Well, we can't possibly... Okay, it was a 2. Do you want to count it? Honorable man. We're re-rolling it. Oh. Okay, well now it was a 2 again, so... Leo actually wins with 90 points. Believe it or not, he almost cleared it without me setting the whatever back. So that was our test game. That only took like 20 minutes. And honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, I know it's pretty mundane in like a lot of other card games, but it is starting to give me ideas, because it is a little swingy and slow. But then if you had like a couple jokers that did something, it could really amp it up. Plus, if I shuffled all of them, you know, Leo had like 5 spades in his hand and like no way to actually get him on the field, which was sad. Maybe 3 spaces is too few, but like I feel you should be limited in some regard, because it should go fast. It should be like back and forth. Your turn shouldn't take forever. It should be like, all right, I'm gonna do my gambles. All right, I'm gonna take out one of your cards. All right, go. And so, yeah, the queens, obviously they're one-sided board wipes, so you should use them sparingly. They do shuffle themselves back in the deck, which is pretty funny, so you could just kind of keep using them if you draw them. But that's more of a deck stacking issue than a balancing issue, I feel like. And take away all my pain. Great. Leo, you won. Good job. I'm not really that impressed, considering like you had the ace of spades like up your sleeve in case I tried anything. But I mean, all the aces do are let you draw cards, so like I don't know. Like, drawing cards doesn't seem that crazy in this right now, unless you're like looking for a specific card. But again, I don't know. I think it's... I'm not saying you could put like 10 ace of spades in your deck. I'm just saying, like, you know, let's think if you could, ways people would abuse it, and then in that same breath, people probably would abuse it. So like, maybe let's not. But If we figure out a way it wasn't abused, that, like, let's work that in. Alright. So, now, while we end this thing, we gotta think up a name. Oh, shit. Wait, I gotta... Sorry. Wait. Did that say Three Rivers? Oh, that's funny. I thought they hit me with the whoop-de-whoop. Ethereum down 5%. Good. Freaking degenerate gamblers. Leo doesn't even hold Ethereum. He holds more Pepsi than Ethereum. Yeah, let's come up with a name with this thing. I'll probably make another one next Friday. I might do something like this where we try to build a little more off it as I get ideas throughout the week. But I was gonna take the week off and just try to work on this thing, but I feel like I thought this would be a more fun thing to kind of do live or whatever, just so, I don't know, maybe someone out there has an idea for how to make this game more fun and less, you know. So let's try to brainstorm some names. So we got, how about, Bok Choy. That's not bad. How about, Block Boy. Okay. How about Shock Rock? Okay. How about Turtle Power? Okay. I feel like we're getting off track a little bit. How about Millennium Undone? No. How about Memory of Trent? No. How about Cards of Boost? How about Booster Pack Filler the game? How about Common Cards Only? That's not a bad one. CCO, Common Cards Only. What about because there's like a lot of gambling, obviously, but then there's also like strategy. So like gambling got 3 spots. It's got 3 spots. Share the smell. Share the pot. I don't know. Like coin flips and dice rolls. Leo's coin flip simulator. Bok Choy. No, we already did that one. How about Return of the Lost Sock? How about Jetstream to Jetstream of Fortitude. Again, like I don't know what we're doing. How about Bandana? I can't spell bandana. How about Bandana Banana Rama? Bandana Banana Rama. How about Neo neoclassical... neoclassical speculation. I think we're gonna just land on that one for now. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Midnight Playtime and Jake Godsell for letting us play some music while we got through this. If anyone's watching and wants to play some bok choy or neoclassical speculation or Leo's coin flip simulator, just email that guy. I'm not going to respond to you, but thanks for watching the video. Yeah. One last roll. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. But if it, I'm telling you right now, if it's a 6, we have to reveal another Easter egg clue. Oh. Well, an Easter egg clue. Oh, for the snake game? Or for the card game? Because I've got all these notes right here of ways I've brainstormed to tell people the Easter egg in a video offhand without anyone even noticing. And oh, well, these obviously aren't. And here we go. Yeah. So your clue, because I guess Leo just really wants this information out there. The first clue is that for the Easter egg, you have to... How do I say it without just saying it? How do I say it without just saying it? How do I tell you something so obvious? Something that's in the game, because here's the problem. The first step is you saying thank you to me. And I know that probably came off the wrong way. But the first step is you saying, I know this game. Right? The first step is saying, I know this game was built for something. This game has something extra to it. If you play the game enough, there's, again, I don't want to give it away, there is something that will come up, and I've even already shown it to you, but when that thing comes up, there'll be a bunch of things you have to do, right? And so I'm not going to tell you how the actual steps work, I'm just going to give you the general overview. You gotta do something, and then you gotta do something on every garden before the boss on the last garden. And then there's even a bigger Easter egg after that. But just for the sake of this, there are indicators for when you're going the right way. There's an indicator for when you complete a step. There's nothing going, hey, you're on step 3 out of whatever. But what we do have is enough to where you might accidentally find it and then get curious. Kinda, you know, kinda like with our neoclassical speculation.